Okay, so we're going to the second page. We're going to go over pyramids and cones. So the first thing we need to do is know the formula. Now the formulas are a little bit similar, so let's look this out, or let's check this out. Okay, the formula for pyramids or cones is going to be V equals 1/3 the big B times H. Remember that big B stands for area of base. Okay. So the rectangular, trying to make sure I can actually write. The rectangular is going to be base times height. Triangular which you should know, the big B is going to be 1/2 base times height. So that doesn't change at all. So for a cone or for circular, the big B is going to be pi r squared. Okay? So let's go ahead and get to example 4. Remember, we're only doing 2 pages. We're going to finish this foldable up on Monday. So we're looking at this and we see 5 and 6 at the bottom. So we know this is going to be a rectangle. Okay? And you see that 7's right here. That cuts that in half. So I'm going to actually draw a line right here. That's also 7. I'm going to shade this part. Okay, so the formula is V equals 1/3 big B times little h. Now we know B for this case was base times height. Base is 5, height is 6. So we know 5 times 6 is going to be 30 meters squared. Okay? So I'm going to plug this in for B. I know my height is the number we haven't used, which is 7. Okay? So it's going to be V equals 1/3 times 30 meters squared times 7 meters. Okay, 1/3 of 30 is going to be 10. So I'm going to have 10 meters squared times that by 7 meters. So 10 times 7, what would that be? That's going to be 70. And it's going to be meters cubed. That's what the volume is. Okay. Now remember, you can pause this video. You can rewind the video. Okay, let's go ahead and go to example 5. Now example 5, you see that the bottom is a triangle. So this is right here. Gonna lightly shade it. Remember the formula you're using is V equals 1/3 big B times H. Now for a triangle, remember, in order to find the area, it's 1/2 base, which is 9, times the height, which is 5. So what's half of 9? If you think if you had half of $9, that's going to be 4.5. Times that by 5. When you do, you should get 22.5 inches squared. So that is your big B. Okay, now you're going to plug that back in, and instead of B, you're going to have 22.5. Your height is once again the third number you didn't use, which is 8. So V equals 1/3 times 22.5 inches squared times 8 inches. Okay? Now this time I'm going to multiply these two because I don't like doing fractions and decimals. So 22.5 times 8 is actually 180 inches cubed. But remember, you have to times that by a third. Remember, timesing by a third is just dividing by 3. So if I divide 180 by 3, it's going to be 60 inches cubed. That's what the volume is. Once again, you can pause the video or rewind it if you're confused. The last one we have is the cone. So once again, the formula we're using, V equals 1/3 big B times H. And this right here is my circle. So to find the big B, instead of pi, I'm going to use 3.14. And then my R is going to be 4.2. That's going to be squared. So 4.2 times 4.2 is going to be 17.64. And when you times that by 3.14, the big B should be 55.39. Okay. So it's technically the same, or so far it was the same as example number 3. So those numbers should look familiar. I forgot my label. It's going to be yard squared. Okay. Now I'm going to plug this in instead of the little b or the big B. So it's going to be V equals 1/3 55.39, and my height this time is going to be 8. So to make my life a little bit easier, I'm going to multiply these two because I don't like mixing decimals with fractions. So 55.39 times 8 is going to be 443.12 yard cubed. Because remember, this one was yard squared and that one was yard. You're going to have to multiply that by 1/3. Remember, 1/3 is the same thing as 0.33. So when you do that, you should get 147.7 yards cubed. Okay. And then once again, these are all the problems we're going to do today. We're going to finish the rest on Monday when I come back. Your assignment, you should be able to finish it in class. If not, it is homework. Remember that you do have to turn in 11.3 and 11.5 on Monday as well. And today's assignment, there's only 9 problems. You just look at your foldable, you look at which one you have, and then you go accordingly. You have one of each, so it shouldn't be too hard to figure out. All right? See you later. Bye.